Welcome back to Prop News Time. Here are the headlines for the day. Rajkot sees major infra push with metro, greenfield airport, and smart city plan. Rajkot is emerging as a modern urban hub through a series of transformative infrastructure projects. The INR 2,100 crore Smart City Master Plan spans 930 acres, aiming to develop walkable, sustainable localities. The 41.11 kilometer Rajkot Metro Rail project is set to reduce congestion and ensure multimodal connectivity. Enhancing intercity travel, 193 kilometers of the INR 3,350 crore Ahmedabad. Rajkot Highway expansion has been completed. The Rajkot International Airport, inaugurated in July 2023, can now handle wide-body aircraft. Meanwhile, Ruda is executing INR 174.83 crore worth of urban development projects, reinforcing Rajkot's growth as a sustainable, connected, and economically vibrant city. Bhilai gets major infra push with steel plant expansion and green energy projects. Bhilai is advancing its industrial and urban infrastructure with a series of key developments. The Bhilai steel plant is undergoing major expansion, including a 15 megawatt floating solar plant and a 3 megawatt rooftop solar project. In urban infrastructure, an INR 50.28 crore waste management contract has been awarded to enhance sanitation. The city's water supply is also set for a boost with a USD 9.69 million upgrade under Phase 2 of its infrastructure plan. Meanwhile, residential projects like Evergreen City and Krishna Grand City are reshaping the housing landscape, signaling Bhilai's emergence as a sustainable and modern urban industrial hub in Chhattisgarh. Gaya's INR 16,000 crore makeover. Metro, manufacturing hub, and water lifeline drive city's transformation. Gaya is undergoing a major infrastructure push, with over INR 16,000 crore in planned investments. The 1,166-acre integrated manufacturing cluster under the Amritsar-Kolkata Industrial Corridor is expected to create over 1 lakh jobs, positioning Gaya as a regional industrial hub. The INR 149.8 crore road upgrade and a new 36-kilometer metro rail project with 28 stations will enhance connectivity. The Ganga Water Lift project will provide potable water to Gaya, Bodh Gaya, and Rajgir. Simultaneously, Gaya Junction is being redeveloped under the Amrit Bharat scheme to improve passenger amenities. Together, these projects aim to modernize Gaya while preserving its spiritual and cultural legacy. Unsold housing stock in top 7 cities dips 4%, but luxury inventory rises. Anarock India's housing market saw a 4% year-on-year drop in unsold inventory across the top 7 cities, falling to 559,000 units by March 2025, according to Anarock. The decline was led by strong sales in the INR 40, 80 lakh and sub-INR 40 lakh segments. Budget housing inventory fell 19%, while luxury homes priced above INR 1.5 crore saw a 24% rise due to new supply outpacing demand. Overall sales dropped 28% in Q1 2025, with launches also down 10%. Experts suggest policy support, like Maharashtra's incentives for peri-urban affordable housing, is needed to rebalance the market amid rising construction costs and shifting buyer preferences. Motilal, Nagar residents push for better rehab in Adani-led redevelopment project. Residents of Motilal, Nagar in Gorgaon have raised demands for larger flats and fairer compensation in the INR 3,600 crore redevelopment project awarded to Adani Properties. While Mehada has proposed 1,333 square feet for residential and 987 square feet for commercial units, locals argue this undervalues their share. At a recent meeting, redevelopment experts cited DCPR 2034 rules, suggesting eligible families could claim up to 3,500 square feet. With 143 acres of land at stake, the Motilal Nagar Vikas Samiti plans to negotiate for more transparency and equitable terms before signing any agreements with Mahada and the developer. Ranchi revives affordable housing hopes with PMAY 2.0 extension through 2029. The Ranchi Municipal Corporation, RMC, has extended the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0 until 2029, aiming to provide housing assistance to low-income families under the Beneficiary-Led Construction BLC component. Eligible applicants who are permanent residents within RMC limits as of September 1, 2024, with annual household incomes below INR 3 lakh and no ownership of a Pakka house, can receive up to INR 2.5 lakh in financial aid. Applications are accepted both online and offline, requiring documents like Aadhaar, income certificates, land ownership proof, and photographs. Since 2015, over 10,000 beneficiaries in Ranchi have received support under PMAY, and this extension aims to assist thousands more. HDFC Capital and Eldeco launch INR 1,500 crore housing push in Tier 2 and 3rd cities, with INR 11,000 crore revenue target. HDFC Capital Advisors has partnered with Eldeco Group to develop 18 housing projects across North India's Tier 2 and 5 cities, with an investment of INR 1,500 crore. Spanning over 1 crore square feet, the projects target towns like Panipat, Ludhiana, Rudrapur, and Kasauli, and are expected to generate INR 11,000 crore in revenue. The platform aims to meet the growing demand for mid-income housing driven by improved connectivity and urbanization. Eldeco's unlisted arm, EIPL, will spearhead execution, while HDFC Capital continues to back affordable housing through its INR 35,000 crore fund portfolio. This move reflects a strategic focus on India's rising non-metro real estate markets. Andhra Pradesh streamlines construction approvals via local UDAs. To boost Andhra Pradesh's real estate sector amid declining registration revenues, the government has empowered newly formed urban development authorities, UDAs, to independently approve building plans without routing them through the Director of Town and Country Planning. This move follows previous concessions, like relaxed layout and building rules and time-bound approvals at municipal levels, which failed to significantly revive the sector. Now, vice chairpersons of 10 UDAs, including Eluru, Kadapa, Ongole, Chittoor, and Kuppam, can directly grant approvals for all development permissions under the APM Ruda Act. This decentralization aims to expedite construction activity and stimulate economic growth in small towns across the state. Kochi. Maradu municipality gifts land deeds to extremely poor families on Vishu. In a significant move to uplift the underprivileged, Maradu municipality in Kochi provided land deeds to 5 extremely poor families. Each family received 3 cents of land, valued at approximately INR 2.7 lakh, funded entirely by the municipality's own resources. These beneficiaries will also be integrated into the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, PMA, ensuring assistance for constructing their homes. Additionally, residential flats built for 8 scheduled caste families are set to be handed over in the coming week, reflecting the municipality's ongoing commitment to social welfare. Builder seeks RERA intervention over flat owners' unauthorized structural changes in Hyderabad. A builder of the Aparna Serenity project in Pedbashirabad approached the Telangana Real Estate Regulatory Authority, TIGRERA, earlier this week, raising concerns about unauthorized structural modifications made by 2 residents. The builder cited potential risks to the building's structural integrity and invoked the Section 36 of the Real Estate Arviag Regulation and Development Act to seek interim relief. Tigrera, upon reviewing the case, ordered a status quo, restraining the residents from making further alterations until a final decision is reached. Kerera hears NPKL plot owners' plea for compensation. Panel to monitor BDA allottees of Nadaprabhu. Kempegowda layout, NPKL, appeared before Kerera, demanding compensation from BDA for long delays in providing basic infrastructure like roads, water, and sewage. During the hearing, the allottees urged Kerera to direct BDA to pay interest-based compensation and proposed that cite a monthly interim amount for each month of delay. They also suggested forming a supervisory committee to monitor progress, similar to one appointed by the Supreme Court in another layout case. BDA blamed land acquisition and administrative issues. K. RERA chairman acknowledged the allottees' claims and promised action. Another hearing is scheduled for next month. Secunderabad Cantonment drafts new building bylaws to modernize urban planning. The Secunderabad Cantonment Board has released draft building bylaws to align with Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation (GHMC) standards. The revised rules introduce a 4-zone system based on road width and land use, aiming to guide planned development. Stricter penalties are proposed to tackle unauthorized construction, along with clear guidelines for residential, commercial, educational, and public buildings. The draft also focuses on safety and sustainability, mandating features like fire safety, parking, rainwater harvesting, and rooftop solar panels. Framed under the Cantonments Act 2006 and National Building Code 2016, the draft is now open for public feedback before finalization. Builders in Mumbai to face tighter norms for waste under new EPR rules. Mumbai is set to revamp its construction and demolition (C&D) waste management, following the centre's 2025 rules, effective from April 2026. Key to this shift is the Extended Producer Responsibility (EPR) framework, requiring developers and contractors to register, track waste, and meet recycling targets. With over 8,500 tons of C&D waste generated daily and current recycling capacity limited to 1,200 tons, BMC plans a third plant at Deonar. A new mobile app will track waste movement to curb illegal dumping. These reforms aim to enforce eco-friendly practices, boost recycling, and ensure traceability, marking a crucial step towards sustainable urban development in Mumbai. Arnia invests Rs 130 crore in Casa Grande's new residential project in Bengaluru, Arnia. Real Estate's Fund Advisors has invested Rs 130 crore in a new residential project by Casa Grande in South Bengaluru, marking its second deal since launching its Rs 1,000 crore real estate fund in April 2024. The fund, a SEBI-registered Category 2 AIF, focuses on early-stage debt investments in top-tier cities. Arnia's latest backing supports initial construction for Casa Grande's mid-to-premium housing development. With rising investor interest and consistent housing demand in metros, funds like Arnia are playing a crucial role in bridging early-stage financing gaps. The fund's strategy includes a mix of debt, rental income, and equity investments, with backing from high-net-worth individuals and family offices. FFS 2.0 to boost AI and next-gen tech startups with SIDBI managed Rs 10,000 crore fund. The government is launching a second Rs 10,000 crore fund of funds scheme, FS, to support startups in artificial intelligence, next-gen technology, and machine building. Managed by SIDBI, the fund will channel capital through SEBI-registered AIFs, rather than investing directly. Building on the success of the 2016 edition, the new fund aligns with the Startup India mission and aims to bridge early-stage funding gaps in high-tech sectors. Officials say the focus is on de-risking investments in innovation-heavy startups. With over 150,000 recognized startups, this move signals India's intent to lead in deep tech and prepare for the next wave of industrial growth. Bank of Maharashtra and Indian Overseas Bank cut lending rates to 8.80% and 8.85%. Bank of Maharashtra, BOM, and Indian Overseas Bank, IOB, have cut their repo-linked lending rates by 25 basis points, following the RBI's recent policy rate reduction aimed at boosting economic growth. BOM's RLLR is now 8.80%, with home loans starting at 7.85% and car loans at 8.20%. IOB's RLR is down to 8.85%, lowering its base lending rate to 6%. These adjustments are expected to make loans more affordable for customers, especially in semi-urban and rural areas where these banks have strong reach. The move supports cheaper credit access, potentially stimulating consumer spending and the housing market. Mudra Yojana empowers 52 crore beneficiaries with Rs 33 lakh crore in loans, Union Minister of State for Finance, Pankaj Chaudhary, announced that over Rs 33 lakh crore in collateral-free loans have been provided under the Mudra Yojana scheme, benefiting 52 crore people in the last decade. Addressing IRS officers in Nagpur, he emphasized the scheme's impact on grassroots entrepreneurship, with 68% of beneficiaries being women. Loans up to Rs 20 lakh are enabling small businesses in retail, tailoring, food services, and home manufacturing. Experts note that this surge in micro-enterprises is also driving demand for affordable commercial real estate in Tier 2 towns. The government sees such schemes as vital to India's long-term development goals. Ranchi civic body cracks down on 70,000 property tax defaulters with aggressive recovery drive. The Ranchi Municipal Corporation, RMC, has launched a ward-level drive to recover holding tax dues from nearly 70,000 property owners who defaulted during the 2024-25 fiscal. The civic body is cracking down particularly on those who have been using residential properties for commercial activities without paying appropriate dues. It also plans to reassess over 13,000 vacant plots and identify unregistered property expansions. With a target to increase holding tax revenue by 10% in the 2025-26 financial year, RMC is combining enforcement with incentives such as a 10% rebate for early payment, aiming to boost compliance and revenue. Hotel deals in Tier 2 and 3 cities outpace metros in 2024, driven by tourism and private investors. India's hotel investment landscape is shifting beyond metros, with nearly half of 2024's hotel deals taking place in Tier 2 and 3 cities, like Amritsar, Mathura, and Bikaner, according to JLL. Driven by rising domestic travel and religious tourism, investors are targeting operational hotels for rebranding, while greenfield developments cross 28,000 new rooms, double that of 2023. Notably, 51% of deals came from individual investors and family offices. While metros still draw interest for large-format hotels, smaller cities are gaining traction, influencing local land prices and real estate trends. Government support for tourism further fuels optimism in India's expanding hospitality sector. Connaught Place and Khan Market rents jump as Delhi NCR retail leasing grows. 57% in Q1 2025 retail leasing in Delhi NCR surged 57% year-on-year in Q1 2025, led by high street locations like Connaught Place, Khan Market, and Galleria Market, according to Cushman and Wakefield. High streets contributed 61% of the leasing, with Connaught Place rents rising 14% to Rs 1,150, 1,250 per square feet, and Khan Market climbing 7% to Rs 1,600, 1,650. Galleria Market posted the highest growth at 20%. While Gurugram dominated leasing at 52%, mall leasing fell 12% as brands shifted focus to high-visibility streets. Fashion and F&B led demand, each accounting for 24% of activity. Nationally, Q1 retail leasing hit 2.4 million square feet, with Hyderabad leading growth. Lulu International acquires bankrupt Manjeera Mall in INR 318 crore deal via NCLT route. Lulu International Shopping Malls has acquired Manjeera Retail Holdings, owner of Manjeera Mall in Hyderabad's Kukatpalli, following a National Company Law Tribunal (NCLT) ruling. The acquisition stemmed from insolvency proceedings initiated after loan defaults, with creditors claiming INR 317 crore. Lulu's INR 318 crore resolution plan was approved by the Committee of Creditors and ratified by the NCLT. Previously operating under lease, Lulu now fully owns the mall, enhancing its Hyderabad presence. The move is seen as a strategic step amid broader retail restructuring in India, promising improved mall management, brand offerings, and a revitalized retail experience for local shoppers. Ambedkar Memorial in Mumbai reaches 50% milestone, on track for 2026 completion. The INR 1070 crore Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial at Indu Mill, Dadar, is progressing steadily with over 52% of the pedestal structure completed. The 350-foot bronze statue, designed by renowned sculptor Ram Sutar, has reached 20% completion. Ancillary buildings, including a museum, lecture hall, and library, are also nearing completion. The MMRDA aims to finish the project by 2026. In parallel, the Ambedkar Knowledge Center in Kalyan, India's only digital hub on Ambedkar, has launched its second phase with interactive displays and 3D holograms, enhancing public engagement. Together, these initiatives mark Mumbai's monumental tribute to the architect of India's constitution. Rajasthan targets INR 20,000 crore investment with new data center policy 2025. Rajasthan's Chief Minister, Shri Bhajanlal Sharma, has unveiled the Rajasthan Data Center Policy 2025, aiming to attract INR 20,000 crore in investments over the next 5 years. The policy offers extensive incentives, including annual subsidies up to INR 20 crore, a 5% interest subsidy, and exemptions on land charges and electricity fees. Early investors receive an extra 25% sunrise incentive. The policy also supports green tech, skill development, and IP protection. With assured power supply and new regulatory reforms, Rajasthan seeks to emerge as a data center hub beyond India's metro cities, leveraging its land availability and renewable energy potential. Singapore cuts 2025 GDP forecast to 0.2% amid trade tensions and global slowdown. Singapore has lowered its 2025 GDP growth forecast to 0.2%, down from an earlier 1.3%, due to global economic uncertainty and trade disruptions stemming from the US-China tariff standoff. The Ministry of Trade and Industry cited weakened export demand and falling business confidence, while the central bank eased monetary policy for the second time, reflecting lower inflation and economic activity. First quarter growth slowed to 3.8%, with a 0.8% contraction from the previous quarter. As global trade weakens, export-reliant nations like Singapore brace for reduced manufacturing output, delayed investments, and wider regional impact on economies like Malaysia and South Korea. Country Garden wins bondholder backing as it fights to avoid liquidation. Country Garden recently secured support from a key bondholder group for its offshore debt restructuring plan, aiming to reduce its USD 14.1 billion debt by 78%. The agreement includes options such as extended maturities and new debt instruments. Chairperson Yang Huiyan will convert her USD 1.15 billion loan into equity and invest an additional USD 50 million. The company has set deadlines in May for other creditors to join the plan, offering incentives for early agreement. This move comes as Country Garden prepares for a critical court hearing in Hong Kong regarding a liquidation petition. American buyers paid 30% more than Britons for Spanish homes amid housing crisis of in 2024. US citizens emerged as the highest-paying foreign buyers of Spanish property, driven by a strong dollar and political concerns. Their purchases, 4 times higher than 5 years ago, focused on central and northern Spain. Americans paid an average of EUR 3,390, USD 3,732 per square meter, nearly 30% more than British buyers. Foreigners made up 20% of all home purchases, contributing to Spain's housing crisis. The government has proposed taxing non-EU buyers and ended its Golden Visa scheme. However, demand from Americans, especially those of Latin American heritage, remains strong due to cultural ties and perceived investment value. That's a wrap for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest headlines.